and then you hit record. Oh my gosh, you are not good at this.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
That's just kidding.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Okay. I had one, and now I'm all like, don't want to do it because I was gonna be all theme song. No, theme song. No, theme song. You want to do the theme song?
Instead of Chicago theme song.
Don't do theme song. Don't mess with that's mine. And you always do it better, and it fucking sucks. You always do everything better. Like, if you did comedy, I have a feeling you would do better than I ever have. If you wrote a book, I have a feeling it would be better than anything I've ever... And it just... Well, stop being better.
I could never write a book as good as you. Just so you know. I might be better than you at everything.
Better, I mean, it's sucking dick, too, huh?
Fucking went in high school to see if I liked it.
Did you?
I'll never tell you.
It makes me feel powerful when I suck penis.
So, welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemons.
Hi.
Joy's talking about sucking lemons.
I'm sucking lemons. Lemons off.
Hello.
Do you have any nopes?
Nopes.
Do you really not have anything?
You know what? I had one, and then I was like, oh, I'm so close to home, I won't forget that.
And you did.
Yeah. So my nopes are for real right now. But I'll remember some nopes.
My nopes are for real. If you want.
Nopes. Boom, boom, nope, 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 nopes. I got nopes.
Okay.
Nopes.
I have some stuff.
Nope, 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 nope.
So the other day, John, I was watching a TikTok. And it said, do this to spice up with your partner. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I paused it. And then I went up to John. And it was all, pull your partner's hair. And John has no hair. So I'm all, okay. And then it said,
You're like, I'll pull his fucking beard.
And then it said, reach inside their underwear and insert your finger 10 times. And then just walk away. And I was looking at John, and I'm all, I don't think this is the right spicy TikTok for us. So now, for the past 3 days, I've been trying to insert my finger inside John for 10 times. He won't let me.
You want to do 10 minutes. It's different.
1, 2.
You're like 10 fingers. You're like, can I fist you?
By the way, all of our listeners right now. John told...
Both of them?
All of them, yes. John told me that if I earn $1,000 in one day, he would let me peg him.
That was for 1 month. That was in January. That wasn't an ongoing bet. You lost your bet. I gave you your opportunity. You missed it by $400.
You said this year.
I didn't say this year.
You did.
No, there's no proof.
Because I haven't started working at the golf course. You said.
No proof.
So... If y'all want to help me, we could just do it in one day. If there's 10 of you, all you have to do is $100. And
only if they're going to be GoFundMe so you could fucking touch my butthole.
Yes, it's my wish.
And everybody wants to know, how was it? How was
I'd tell all of you. I would tell you all.
He cried.
Like a bitch.
Like a bitch.
So then... Okay, so I was listening to this book on audio, and it wasn't something I normally, I listen to romance, but I don't listen to, super erotic, dirty romance. But I started listening to this one book, and she writes in a different pattern than I've ever heard, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, because I've never heard somebody write like this. So I was listening to this book, kind of to see if I like the pattern and maybe would want to recreate a pattern in my books or another book. And it's funnier if I say it happened, but I'm not going to lie. It didn't happen. But I connect my phone to the Bluetooth in my massage room and Pandora plays.
Funny.
And I had this lady. She's a principal. She is the worst. She's constantly scared. Hi. Like she
super jumpy.
Yeah, she's very skittish.
Okay.
And one day I was sitting there and I was talking to Doctor. He's like, "How was, hot mess?" And I was like, "Dude, she's so skittish." I go, "She would be the worst person."
She's like Gilly when someone walks up. She's, "Oh God, why is he going to touch me?"
Yes, and I go, "She would be the worst person to take to a haunted house." And Dr. Hong Kong looked at me and he goes, "Your brain works so weird." And he goes, "But you're right." Well, anyway, she was in there, and I looked down, and it said that my book was playing. And this book is like something I don't normally listen to.
It's like nasty.
It's a bully romance, so like it's like a little, it's a little
rough play,
a little rapey.
It's a little rough play.
It's a little rough, and I was like, "Oh my God!" So I paused it, and then I played Pandora, and she didn't say anything.
She went home. She's like, I don't know how I feel.
She's all scared.
She went home I feel different.
I feel scared. I'm all scary.
I'm going to go hump my pillow.
But when I talk about it on stage, it will be playing when I walk in the room because it's way funnier than...
Right.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, this is all about TikTok. So I was watching...
TikTok.
I was watching this TikTok, and so you know the manifesting stuff. Like,
yeah.
There's a thing where somebody says, like, I'm going to tell you blue glass.
Okay.
And you are going to somehow see blue glass. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a blue glass is like...
That's weird. I just saw blue glass today when you said that.
Okay.
No, like earlier today, it looked like blue glass. It was a picture of an iceberg that had flipped over, and so it wasn't white because but it was blue, so it looked like blue glass.
Right, and
that's weird that you said that. And I was thinking that was weird.
At some point, you're going to see blue glass in like the next couple weeks. Okay, so anyway, I was watching a TikTok, and the lady's like, "Let's manifest shit," and I'm into the manifesting stuff right now. I'm a little woo-woo right now. And she said, at some point, sometime soon, you are going to see, or somebody's going to say the word fickle. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay. And you know me, like shit gets stuck in my brain. So it was back there. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, I still haven't heard the word fickle. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So then the third day, and I shit you not, I was doing my morning walk. And it was a historical romance because I like the historical romance. And he's like, "I've never met a woman so fickle before in my life." And I'm all, what the fuck? And she goes, "I'm not fickle." And he's like, "You are super fickle."
It's like, it just kept saying it.
And I was all, holy fuck, right?
That's
and it
so
just,
funny.
It blew my mind. So then I'm at work the next day.
I got it.
I'm at work the next day, and Mrs. Dr. Hong Kong, she was saying something, and she's like, "Yeah," and she meant to say, "It kind of tickles my pickle," and she goes, "Yeah, it tickles my pickle," and I'm all, what the fuck is happening?
It just lit up, huh?
Yeah, it was nuts, and it was kind of cool, but I was walking, and I got goosebumps all up my arm. It was like, I was all, holy shit. Like, and he said it like 4 times. And then Mrs. Dr. Hong Kong said it the next day.
That's kind of wild.
Okay. That's crazy. So, I don't know.
It's kind of exciting, fun.
It's stuff like that. It's fun.
It's fun.
And then...
Ooh, a snort?
Brody, stop touching it.
Well, I had to get a little lower. Sorry.
Brody, sometimes Brody says the stupidest, funniest shit. And Caleb's weird. We love you, Caleb. We love you so much, but he's odd. Like me, so am I. I say weird shit too. So Caleb comes into the living room, and I'm sitting on the couch, and Brody's on the other couch, and Caleb goes, Mother, there's a horse on your bed. Because we call Gilly a horse because she's so big. And Brody goes, "There's a horse in my pants."
Oh, my God. He's like, this thing is huge.
And Caleb, like, he didn't want to, but he started laughing so hard because he was, like, dead serious. He was all, there's a horse in my pants. And I was all...
Man, that kid has all the luck. Like the dog tried to sit on his butthole on his face a few times.
Yep.
He almost got the mouthful of dog wiener.
Yep. Don't open your mouth, Brody.
Like he's saving his life.
Right?
And could you imagine if he did on accident? God, his big brother, his big brother would be like, they'll be like 40, and he'd be like, dude, do you remember when you fucking took that dog dick in your mouth? And he's gonna tell his girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever he's, dude, was one time, he took a lipstick right in the.
But that's like, is it sad that when Caleb's like, don't open your mouth, Brody? I was like, oh, he does love his brother. Like, I was like, brother.
That was like the one time he like took care of his brother. Whatever you do, don't do it, dude. I love you. I have an anthology coming out. It's called Hopelessly Devoted, and it's Grease themed, parody. And the signing that book will be available at is in October in Ontario, and it's Love and Devotion. So if you guys want to get tickets and come see me and John and Tyler, I'm paying for Tyler's hotel room. He's going to be flirting with all the old ladies.
Yeah, so you guys can come.
Ew, he's going to touch somebody.
He likes the older ones.
He does. He's going to be like, look at that old grandma lady. He's going to go climb on some like fifth. Like,
so when I was massaging that guy last Friday, and he's like, how many kids do you have? And I go, I have 3 boys. And he's like, oh, me too. And we were talking, and he's like, yeah. And I go, well, my oldest likes the older white women, like 40. And I go, my middle likes the guys. And I go, my youngest, so we're going to walk in. My oldest is going to be with a 40-year-old. My middle's going to be with a dude. And our youngest is probably going to be with a 40-year-old and a dude because he's nuts.
He's going to have all of it.
He's going to have it all. Brody's just...
I don't even know.
He's going to be... I got a horse in my pants.
It's funny.
I got a snake in my boots.
We're not the most religious people, but man, there's been a lot of this religious talk in my little warehouse lately.
Okay. That's my next note.
And I was like yesterday, there was a conversation going on, and I was like, I just stood there quiet for a minute, and then I was just kind of started walking. I was like, all right, guys, have a good day, and I was all cool. I was like, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last few weeks, I have really worked hard on something in my mental state where I've handled things really well. I mean, I haven't really been as edgy as I was getting. A lot of good things. I feel really good.
That's awesome. Yes, I have noticed.
So, and I don't know if I woke up one day and just something changed chemically. Just woke up, changed. My brain worked differently, and I've been trying to work on physically handling that and keeping that feeling. And so far so good. Might still need some work, but
yeah, we're human.
But anyway. See, now I forgot I was all excited about that tangent about feeling good about myself.
I'm glad.
So what was I saying now?
You were talking about the religious stuff.
Oh, yeah. And so they were talking about all the God stuff, and I was like, and I said, okay, guys, have a good day. And then one of them looked at me, and he was dead ass serious, and he goes, you need Christ in your life. And I go, I just stared at him like this. I never said anything. I probably stood there for a good 10 seconds, and they all just looked at me, and I just opened the door and walked out. And ever since then, that guy walks up and he laughs, and he goes, because he knows now he's just fucking with me. And he's like, hey, you got a second for me to talk about Christ? And I go, no time for love, Dr. Jones.
Okay, here's the thing, is that was like the best transition ever.
Oh, good.
So I went...
That was my nope.
I had an amputee. He was born with most of his leg gone, whatever. Which...
Does that make him more flexible?
No, because his hips were so locked. Anyway.
Okay,
but when I see stuff like that, like, ooh, I get to help someone. Like, I love, like, I had a guy with sciatica who walked in with a limp and walked out without a limp. And fucking shook my hand and said, thank you, young lady.
Where's my cup? I thought I brought it out here.
I don't know. Is it behind you? Do you need to get it?
No.
Do you want some of my water?
No. I just like to have the cup there. It's like
So anyway,
part of it.
when I walk in and it's a very new patient, I always ask them, what do you do for a living? Because that shows me what muscles they're, if they're driving, I know computer. And he goes, oh, I'm a pastor. And I was like,
You're like, oh, so you need hips because you're banging little boys, right?
no. And I was like,
boom.
fuck, we're trying to make this good, John. And normally Mrs. Dr. Hong Kong.
Sorry for the religious.
Normally Mrs. Dr.
That
Hong
wasn't
Kong
fair.
will warn me if there is a very religious person in the room so I can not be Joy. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, and he's
You
like,
could be
yeah.
Midwest Joy.
And then he goes, yeah, we run a camp. Okay, and here's the cool thing. He's like, we run a camp where people who have disabilities, because he was born without with most of his leg, and he goes, we bring the kids and we bring their siblings and their parents, and we let the siblings who are not disabled zip line and go-kart. And I'm like, what about the disabled kids? They want to do it
They get
too.
to watch.
And he goes,
Hey, will little Jimmy up here to the fence so he can watch his brother rip around the place in the golf cart in a go-kart. Look at him go, man. He's like the fastest kid I've ever seen. Maybe next time, buddy.
no, not next time. You can't do it. And then so he goes, and then he goes, not babysitting, but each disabled kid gets a babysitter, for lack of a handler. And then the parents kind of get time off, so because they're not constantly having to watch their child. And he goes, yeah, and we do things for the parents, like we bring in massage therapists who donate their time. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Nope.
John's nope. And I was like, and I mean, it was cool. And I was like, that's very awesome
Right.
of you
No,
to
it
do that
is.
for the parents. And
Sure.
he goes, and then at the end, we do sermons where we explain that, like, God gives you these horrible disabilities to make you a stronger person. And I'm all, and I'm just like, fucking just go to sleep, right? Please, and then he goes, what are your feelings about Jesus Christ and God? And I'm all, I think we should relax and we should not talk right now. I just straight up, I'm like, I do not think we should talk about this in this room. And he goes, no. I love talking about this stuff. And I go, here's the thing. I go, I grew up in a very, very Christian family. I ran away as fast as I could, as soon as I could, immediately when I was old enough. And he's like, no.
No, we're not a cult. We're just a gathering.
And then I go,
They're a fucking cult.
and I don't know. I
Sorry,
feel
again.
I
Damn
feel
it,
very
I'm
much,
bashing the religion, and I don't mean to.
and I feel very much like you. Like, I feel like I am more enlightened and I'm more happy in life and like manifesting and meditating almost every day. And I feel like I'm in a very good place right now. And so I go, you know what though? And I told him that. I go, but right now I feel like I'm in the best place I've ever been with whatever is out there. And I go,
Right, whether it's an energy, it's either a simulation or an energy.
and I told him, I go, I feel very spiritual right now. And he kind of scoffed. It's like, ugh. And I'm like, don't do it, Joy. Don't do it, Joy. Oh, she's going to do it. And I go, here's the thing, sir. While I'm rubbing him. I go, here's the thing. I go, I call it the universe. I ask the universe for things. I thank the universe for things. I see the universe doing things and providing for me. I go, isn't that just another word or synonymous for God? Aren't they kind of interchangeable? You know, like I'm doing the same thing. It's just I see it as a different thing. But I'm still requesting things, thanking things, and it's just. And I go, let's just go Shakespearean. I go, by a rose by any other name's just a fucking rose. And then I'm like, probably shouldn't have said fucking. But whatever, we're in it. Like, he started it, and
Yeah.
I was going to finish it.
You fire him back.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, and I go, you want to know my thing about Jesus Christ? I go, if we treated Jesus like a philosopher.
It's almost like a Jim Carrey movie, where he's like, here's the thing.
And by the way, I am rubbing the fuck out of this man, right?
Right, he's like, I'm not going back.
he
I'm gonna go to the lesbian massage therapist that's in on Wednesday.
he's going to grow his leg back. I'm so good right now. Like, I am like fucking, I'm going to make this guy feel good, right? So I'm massaging him and I'm going, and I go, if we treated Jesus like a philosopher, and I was like, and we fucking be nice to the whores, be nice to everyone, don't judge, don't hoard our money. I go, if we did that instead of pretending like he's a magical zombie being, we'd be cool. And he did not like that. And then he goes, but Joy, he's like, and then of course, like, I have to argue a little bit because the thing is, I grew up with the Bible, so I have the ability to argue the Bible with people arguing the Bible back. Like, it's my superpower. So I'm all, like, they say that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich person to get into heaven. Because basically you're hoarding and you should not. And he's like, yeah, but that was kind of taken out of context. I'm all, of course it was. And
Why?
I go,
because you have a fucking 6-bedroom house? Or
like,
is that because, I'm just saying.
And I was like, of course it was. And I go, also, what did I say? If you have more than 2 suits, it's changed, but basically it's if you have more than 2 suits in your closet when somebody has none, then you're doing something wrong. And so I was like, pew, pew, pew.
Right.
And then he goes,
you can afford to pay for a massage on the fucking tax-free and you basically got all the extra cash from the fucking people giving you fucking money in the goddamn fucking buckets.
Then I'm massaging him and I'm really working his hip because to me that's cool because I'm working something that is different than what I normally work on because he's in a prosthetic, right? So I'm like, This is cool. So I'm working his hip and I'm feeling how the muscles are different from somebody who's not has a prosthetic, which is so cool.
I'm sure it's pretty amazing.
And he goes, but Joy, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the best massage I've ever had. And I'm like, yeah, duh. And then he goes, you have the hands, I would say goddess, but he said, God gave you a gift. Your hands are God's hands.
Would you like to come do it for free?
But he goes, your hands are God's hands. And all I could think is God has held a lot of wiener in his life.
If that's the case.
Oh, God's kinky. God wants to put his finger in John 10 times while holding his hair.
Well, he might. If there is one, I've been his puppet.
I was all, don't say that, Joy. Don't. And I did it. I was good, but it made me giggle in my head. So then he leaves. So he leaves. And then I go up to Mrs. Dr. Hong Hong, and I'm all, what the fuck, dude? Why did you not warn me? And she goes, oh my God, I forgot. And I go, I was trying to get him to fall asleep. So there are certain points on the body that make you sleepy. Like if you're having really bad insomnia, if you hold your big toe really, really tight, it has a pressure point that puts you to sleep. And I go, dude, I was holding onto that toe and squeezing it so tight. And Mrs. Dr. Hong Kong goes, well, maybe it's because he only has one big toe.
Ouch.
And my knees went. I was all, oh my God. And I go, did you just say that? And we were fucking, and she's all, Joy, like she can't believe she said that.
She's like, oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God.
That's funny.
So then thankfully he was my last one, and I was like, fucking good night. Like, I'm gone. So I come home, and I want to tell you, but I waited for this.
It's weird that this didn't happen today.
No, this happened a while ago.
Okay.
But I waited, like this, that was my first.
It's just weird that I've been getting a little bit bombarded with it lately.
It was my first note, right? So then I get home, and I am not in any way saying anything disrespectful. Please do not take it this way. You do not have to tip me. Tips are appreciated. They're not something that I expect, and I do appreciate tips. Whatever amount you give me.
But
okay?
It is nice if you get them.
Yes. So.
And 90% and 95% of the people do tip you.
So, dude, most people, yeah. So, dude tips me. Hold on, I got to tell you. He Venmos me.
Oh, boy.
And I took a screenshot. Because he Venmo'd me. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Here, stop it. Stop it. Okay, and it says...
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Joy, do you have the answer?
It says, thanks for blessing me today. Jesus loves you. winky face emoji. And he tipped me $10.
Hey.
Which isn't okay. I'm please don't think that I'm like being disrespectful for a tip. I appreciate it, but it made me giggle. So I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Dr. Hong Kong because I know he has a bad sense of humor like me. And I wrote, "He must not love me that much for $10, LOL." And then Dr. Hong Kong writes, "Jesus don't love you very much then."
Well, we'll just say he's in heavy like with you.
He's in heavy like.
Right.
Because he knows what I did with his dad's hands. And that's all the notes I have.
Ta-da. That was a good one.
Please don't be mad at us. Like, we do.
No, look, I respect people who are religious.
Oh, uh-oh. You got cut off. The universe and you.
Oh, it hated me. So listen.
Oh, I have another thing.
Hang on. We respect the religion stuff. It's just not our game.
Yes. Well, then here's another thing. He goes, "Well, what about heaven?" And I go, "Here's the thing." I go, "I absolutely," and this is 100% true. Yes.
I hope.
I go, "I envy anyone who actually believes in
Oh, my
heaven."
God. Right?
Because that is one of the most beautiful thoughts in the whole wide
Sure.
world. That you get to go, you're dead, but you get to go and hang out with everyone you love. Your body is perfect. You're not in pain. You don't have to worry about working. Like, that is a
You're
beautiful
happy.
sentiment. Yes.
Like you're happier than
Like-
you ever. Yeah, no, that would be an amazing thing if it's real.
Yes. So,
Euphoric,
and I go,
yeah, sure.
I go, but I just don't see it. And I do have a joke about it where I say that I think heaven's overrated when they say that it's paved in gold. I think it's paved in Bud Light cans. You get up there and, St. Peter hands you a "Make Heaven Great Again" hat. So anyway, I did tell that. He didn't laugh. And I go, but also I'm all, do I really, really, really want to meet my relatives? Because my great-great-great-great-grandma had to shit in a hole in dirt so she could pass on her genes so I can tell dick jokes on stage.
Right.
How proud of me do you think she is?
My great-great-great-grandma was a freaking Indian, probably getting slayed by white people.
Yeah. And then,
I get it.
"Hi, this is Joy. I tell dick jokes and write dirty books." Oh, and then he goes, "Well, you don't have
And
to
I say
tell..."
fuck all the time.
And he goes, "You don't have to tell dirty jokes on stage. There are Christian comedians." And I go, "Yeah, but I like dick jokes." And then he goes,
And they're not funny.
He goes, "Well, my wife told me you write romance." And he's like, "Well, you can also spread the word through that, like non-premarital sex." And I'm all, "And we're done."
Did you tell him that?
I was like, "I like sex." And I go, "And I think it's dumb that you wait. And if you have, cool. Like, no disrespect, but also, how do you know if it..." Fuck, that guy scared me.
That was your child.
I know.
Right? She's all jumpy. Dang.
Well, stop sneaking up. Say hi.
Never
Say
underestimate the power of the sneakiness.
Put your head in.
Oh, look, there's our
look
boy.
at the baby.
There's our little boy.
Scary little boy.
Where you going? Good day. Are
He's
you done
going to the
racing
gym.
and all that? Yeah, you can hop on when you're done. I might race something later.
Is your shirt on backwards?
No, he's just buff. He's just swole.
He's swole. Okay, me too. I have the same six pack.
He's warming up for October.
Yes.
He's gonna
I
go
paid
get
for
all
your
the old
hotel room.
slutty women's.
I know. We're taking you out to dinner too because it's around your birthday.
Word.
He's gonna be 23.
Good
Bye.
day.
Be safe. Be safe. It's crazy.
Hey, nobody wants to hear you talk to your child. Let's
Sorry.
roll.
Okay, so
No more God talk. We're done.
yeah, I'm sorry. This is probably a gaudy episode.
But it was more like okay. I know because there's been a lot of it. People kind of pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't mind your beliefs. Just don't push it on me
Yeah.
because it's not my thing.
Only he wants to be inserted 10 times.
Right. Don't push into me. Insert slowly.
$1,000, guys, and I will let you watch.
And you got to buy us a microphone too.
Yeah. No, just
Nope. That's the rule.
I'll buy a microphone
Nope,
with $1,000. I could.
Nope. The $1,000 is mine.
What happens if we
You're
go?
paying me $1,000 like a fucking prostitute. I'm taking that G and I'm fucking rolling.
What happens if we?
I like it.
We go to.
If I like it, then I'm gonna be like, okay, 500 next time.
I go to bingo and I win $1,000, does that count?
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. You'll never do it.
I want to.
Oh, my God.
You know what's sad is I want to penetrate you so bad, but I have a feeling once I do, it's gonna make me look at you different, and then I'm gonna be regretting it the rest of. Like when you find Christmas presents.
I'm never gonna let you.
And
it's
you
just
look
gonna
at
be that fight.
Dude. Okay, I'm just telling you now. If you die before me, before I call the coroner, I am going to penetrate you.
9.
1.
Hold on.
10 times.
1. Yeah, I think my husband's dead. Just digging.
He's letting me touch his asshole, so I think he's really dead.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a second finger in his butthole right now.
They walk in, my whole fist is inside you. Hi!
Look, he's like Bernie.
And
we did it.
lick, click, surprise.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Bye.
Are we? Are we done?
We're done.
Good day. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. All 17 of you. Good day.